TLC cancels Kody Brown. Fired after disgraceful trash talk on Garrison and Robyn meltdown. The world of reality television has always thrived on drama. But when it crosses the line into personal betrayal, fan outrage, and toxic behavior, consequences follow. And this time, the hammer came down hard. TLC has officially canceled Kody Brown's contract after a televised meltdown involving deeply hurtful comments about his late son Garrison and wife Robyn Brown that left viewers stunned and angry. What was once a series about plural marriage and family unity has devolved into a heartbreaking spectacle of dysfunction. Let's unpack what led to Kody Brown's downfall and why TLC ultimately said, "Enough is enough." The rise and fall of Kody Brown. When Sister Wives first aired in 2010, it was hailed as groundbreaking television. Kody Brown, a polygamist husband with 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, invited viewers into his unconventional lifestyle. For over a decade, audiences watched the family navigate love, parenting, jealousy, and faith. At the center of it all was Cody, the self-proclaimed patriarch trying to hold a large, complex family together. But as the years went by, cracks in the Brown family's foundation became impossible to ignore. Christine left the marriage in 2021. Janelle followed in 2022. Mary confirmed her departure soon after. And Robyn, once portrayed as the most favored wife, became a lightning rod for controversy. Viewers began to notice a disturbing trend. Kody's increasing hostility, dismissiveness, and inability to take accountability. The Garrison Brown tragedy. The breaking point, however, came in early 2025 with the tragic passing of Garrison Brown, one of Cody and Janelle's sons. Garrison, just 25 years old, was found dead in a reported suicide. The devastating news shook fans to the core, but what followed only deepened the pain. In the episodes aired shortly after Garrison's death, viewers expected Cody to grieve or reflect with compassion and humility. Instead, what they saw was a cold, self-absorbed man who turned the tragedy into a platform for blame. Cody accused his estranged sons, particularly Garrison and Gabriel, of being disrespectful and divisive. He implied that Garrison's mental health struggles were rooted in rebellion and ingratitude, comments that many fans and critics called disgusting, tone-deaf, and emotionally abusive. Instead of honoring his son's memory, Cody seemed more interested in justifying his estrangement and distancing himself from any blame. His statements triggered immediate backlash from fans, mental health advocates, and even former family members who felt his remarks were not only inappropriate but harmful. Robyn Brown, the catalyst or the scapegoat. Cody's remarks about Robyn during the same period also fueled the fire. For years, fans have accused Robyn of manipulating Cody and monopolizing his time, attention, and affection. While it's true that editing can shape narratives, the growing consensus among both fans and former wives is that Cody's favoritism toward Robyn significantly contributed to the family's breakdown. In a shocking moment during a recent episode, Cody erupted into a rage-filled tirade, defending Robyn while lashing out at his other children. He blamed his family for turning against Robyn and framed himself and her as victims of jealousy and persecution. This meltdown was reportedly the final straw for TLC executives. Not only did it portray the family in a dangerously fractured light, but it also contradicted the network's desire to promote more balanced, emotionally responsible storytelling, especially following Garrison's tragic death. The official cancellation and public fallout. On May 14, 2025, TLC released an official statement. "We extend our deepest condolences to the Brown family during this difficult time." After careful consideration, we have chosen to end our relationship with Kody Brown and will no longer be filming new content centered around his involvement. Our focus remains on supporting healing, respect, and authentic representation. Behind the scenes, sources reported that TLC had been considering pulling the plug on Kody for months. His inability to accept feedback, constant on-camera confrontations, and deteriorating relationships with nearly all of his children made future filming untenable. The cancellation was met with relief and even celebration among many fans who had grown tired of what they saw as Kody's manipulative behavior and TLC's enabling of it. Social media exploded with hashtags like #JusticeForGarrison and #ByKody, while former wives Christine and Janelle shared cryptic but pointed posts about peace and new beginnings. With Kody officially out, TLC is reportedly exploring several directions for the Sister Wives franchise. One possibility is a spin-off series focused on the lives of Christine, Janelle, and their children, who have largely emerged from the series with public support and admiration. Christine has already made waves with her new husband, David Woolley, and Janelle continues to inspire fans with her independent spirit and resilience. There's clear interest in seeing how these women move forward without Kody's shadow looming over them. Robyn, on the other hand, remains more isolated than ever. Her relationship with Kody has become the subject of increased scrutiny, with fans wondering whether she will stay loyal to him now that the cameras are gone, and the public paycheck with them. The broader conversation, mental health and accountability. Beyond the drama, Kody's comments about Garrison raised a much-needed national conversation about how we speak about mental health, especially in the wake of suicide. Many fans and mental health professionals condemned his decision to frame his son's death through a lens of blame rather than compassion. It highlighted the importance of responsible storytelling in reality TV. Families going through real pain and real crisis deserve privacy, empathy, and dignity, not sensationalism and exploitation. TLC, to its credit, appears to have heard that message. Firing Kody Brown isn't just about ratings or public image. It's about setting a precedent that toxic behavior, especially when it causes real-world harm, won't be tolerated under the guise of entertainment. Legacy of Sister Wives, what remains? Despite its dramatic fall from grace, Sister Wives still holds a place in TV history. It sparked discussions about plural marriage, women's autonomy, faith, and the challenges of non-traditional families. For many seasons, it was an eye-opening exploration of love and sacrifice. But over time, Kody's unchecked ego and deteriorating relationships turned what was once compelling into something heartbreaking and eventually intolerable. TLC's decision to part ways with him marks a turning point not just for the franchise, but for reality TV in general. It's a signal that redemption arcs aren't guaranteed, and being the main character doesn't mean you're immune to consequences. Final thoughts. A painful but necessary ending. Kody Brown's public unraveling may have shocked many, but in retrospect, it was a long time coming. What began as a show about family unity ended in bitter division, loss, and one man's refusal to see beyond his own pride. The tragic death of Garrison Brown deserves solemn respect, love, and healing. Instead, it became a stage for one of the most disgraceful moments in reality television history. In firing Kody and canceling his involvement, TLC made the right call, morally, emotionally, and ethically. Sometimes walking away from toxic figures is the only way forward. And for the rest of the Brown family, and the millions who have watched their journey, perhaps now Kody the
Brown
real
declared
biggest POS on TV. TLC cuts ties over Garrison insult and Robyn chaos. What began as a groundbreaking reality show about family, faith, and plural marriage has come crashing down in a firestorm of controversy, tragedy, and public outrage. Kody Brown, the once prominent face of TLC's long-running series Sister Wives, has officially been cut off by the network following a string of disgraceful on-air behavior, culminating in shocking comments about his deceased son, Garrison Brown, and his ongoing obsession with wife Robyn. Fans, former family members, and even television critics are now calling Kody the biggest POS on TV. And for many, it's a title that didn't come overnight. This is the story of how a man once seen as the head of a unique American family lost everything: his wives, his kids, and now, his place on TV. A reality show built on an unconventional idea. When Sister Wives premiered in 2010, viewers were drawn into the unusual but intriguing life of Kody Brown and his 4 wives: Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn. Living in a polygamous marriage, the Brown family offered a glimpse into a lifestyle rarely seen on television. For a while, the show was praised for humanizing plural marriage and focusing on family dynamics over religious dogma. But as the seasons wore on, cracks began to form. Tensions between the wives became more visible. Kody's favoritism toward Robyn became undeniable. And the man who once touted himself as a loving father and partner began to show signs of narcissism, manipulation, and emotional detachment, especially toward the wives and children who challenged him. Garrison Brown's death, the tragedy that changed everything. The tipping point came with a heartbreaking tragedy no one saw coming. In early 2025, 25-year-old Garrison Brown, the son of Cody and Janelle, died by suicide, sending shockwaves through the Sister Wives fan base and the wider reality TV community. Rather than responding with empathy, grief, or even silence, Cody took the opportunity during a televised interview to lash out at his late son. In a moment many are calling the most disgraceful ever seen on reality TV, Cody blamed Garrison's death on family disrespect, lack of obedience, and alleged alienation, positioning himself as the victim. The backlash was immediate and explosive. Fans flooded social media with outrage. Many accused Cody of emotional abuse, narcissism, and gaslighting. The hashtag Justice for Garrison began trending, accompanied by countless posts condemning Cody's cold, self-centered behavior. Some fans even demanded TLC be held accountable for continuing to give him a platform. Biggest POS on TV. Public backlash reaches boiling point. The internet can be cruel, but in this case, it was passionate and justified. The phrase biggest POS on TV began circulating online as viewers vented their disgust with Cody's behavior. What made the phrase stick wasn't just his reaction to Garrison's passing. It was the culmination of years of perceived emotional neglect, gaslighting, and overt favoritism. Clips began resurfacing of Cody berating his sons for not respecting Robyn, gaslighting Janelle and Christine, and consistently painting himself as a misunderstood father while ignoring the voices of his estranged children. Even former fans who had once empathized with Cody now openly called for his removal from the show. TLC finally cuts the cord. In the wake of the outrage, TLC was forced to take a long, hard look at its long-standing relationship with Kody Brown. While Sister Wives had once been a crown jewel of the network's reality lineup, it had become increasingly toxic, not only in content but in public perception. On May 15, 2025, TLC released a terse but powerful statement. Out of respect for the Brown family and in light of recent events, TLC has ended its partnership with Kody Brown effective immediately. We remain committed to responsible storytelling and supporting families through healing and growth. It was the final nail in the coffin for Kody's television career. Not only was his contract terminated, but all ongoing filming involving him was suspended. According to sources close to the production, several crew members had already expressed discomfort filming Kody in recent months, particularly after Garrison's passing. Robyn Brown, devoted wife or partner in isolation. While Kody's relationship with Robyn was once the center of his life, it now appears to be the last fragile piece of a collapsing empire. As the other wives, Christine, Janelle, and even Mary, have walked away from the spiritual marriage, Robyn remains Kody's part of a marriage or simply a shared shell of what once was. In recent episodes, Robyn has been seen increasingly emotional, isolated, and even regretful. She's voiced frustration over how the family has splintered, though critics note she has rarely taken responsibility for her role in the divide. Many believe Robyn enabled Kody's behavior and served as a shield for his worst tendencies. With TLC's cameras no longer rolling, it's uncertain what's next for Robyn and Kody. Will they continue their secluded life without the income and exposure of sister wives? Or will Robyn finally confront the reality of who Kody Brown has become? The rise of Christine and Janelle. While Kody's reputation has plummeted, Christine and Janelle have experienced something of a renaissance. Both women have redefined themselves after leaving the marriage and have connected deeply with fans who admire their strength, honesty, and independence. Christine has since remarried and shared her joy with fans, while Janelle has taken time to focus on healing, family, and her own identity outside the polygamous lifestyle. They've been praised for their grace and composure in the face of public grief, especially in honoring Garrison's memory with compassion, something many felt was sorely lacking from Kody. There is already speculation that TLC may offer the two their own spin-off series, focusing on life after polygamy and the journey of healing and motherhood without Kody's influence. A legacy in tatters. Kody Brown's descent into public disgrace wasn't sudden. It was a slow burn, years in the making. What began as a show about love, family, and plural marriage ended with betrayal, favoritism, and deep emotional wounds. Perhaps most tragic is the missed opportunity for growth. Had Kody owned his flaws, embraced healing, and shown genuine remorse after Garrison's death, his story might have ended differently. But instead, he doubled down, and in doing so, lost the last bit of public goodwill he had left. The title, Biggest POS on TV, isn't just a meme or a cruel insult. It's a reflection of how far a once-beloved father figure fell, and how real the consequences became when reality TV collided with real-life pain. TLC's reckoning, reality TV with responsibility. In recent years, networks like TLC have faced growing scrutiny over how they handle toxic cast members, especially in long-running franchises. With Kody's firing, TLC seems to be responding to that pressure. But the question remains, should it have taken this long? And did the network ignore the warning signs, emotional manipulation, verbal abuse, toxic favoritism, for the sake of ratings? The answer may lie in how TLC handles future shows. If Christine and Janelle are given a new platform, viewers will be watching closely to see if the network finally embraces healthier, more authentic storytelling. Conclusion: the end of Kody Brown, the brand. Kody Brown once believed himself the leader of a new kind of family, one that would challenge cultural norms and show the world that love comes in many forms. But his ego, defensiveness, and emotional neglect turned that vision into a cautionary tale. Now, with no wives, except Robyn, no show, and no public support, Kody stands alone, not as a misunderstood father, but as a symbol of everything reality TV can go wrong with when accountability is absent. And the message from viewers, his own family, and TLC is loud and clear. No more cameras. No more excuses. No more Cody.